anybody. I'm in Clyde, North Carolina, and they try to kill me, y'all. They try to kill me. I'm in Clyde, North Carolina. They try to kill me. They tried to kill me. I'm in Clyde, North Carolina. Okay? They're on Clyde, North Carolina. They tried to kill me at the landfill. They tried to kill me at the landfill at Clyde, North Carolina. They just tried to kill me at the landfill in Clyde, North Carolina. Everybody, they just tried to kill me at the landfill at Clyde, North Carolina, because they said that I had a phone and the phone was being tracked and that I had it.
You racist, selfish, sad case of a company. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. TBD dump site in Clyde, North Carolina. I hope y'all didn't think we was gonna let it go. I got an update for y'all. Y'all can't possibly think y'all got off that easy. Y'all think y'all was gonna be racist and ain't nobody gonna talk about it? Well, look,
You took my phone. So 30 to 40 minutes of him accusing him of taking his phone and demanding to search his truck before he finally says, fine, just search my truck. And the guy doesn't find the phone. Then his dad shows up. They check the cameras and go, okay, and let him go. He goes to dump his load, just like this is ridiculous. In the meantime, that guy apparently finds the phone, according to him, on the ground outside where his truck was. Like he couldn't have dropped it there? No, he assumes that he stole it and then had thrown it by the truck. So he comes flying up the hill with the same 5 guys again and starts threatening him. And then they get 2 bulldozers and flip over his trailer.
Here's an update of this black trucker story in the Wright Brothers Construction Company, and they have given their update. Catch these reactions.
We have an update to this video, but probably an update a lot of you are not going to like. Y'all have been threatening people. Was it not obvious from my video that the TBD landfill is privately owned? Now, I'm not responsible for anybody else's video, but I really hope they made that clear in their videos as well. Haywood County and North Carolina government has been made aware of a video circulating on social media involving a mulch delivery to a location being referred to as the TBD landfill. This location is not owned or operated by Haywood County government, Haywood County Solid Waste Management, the Town of Clyde, or Haywood County Solid Waste Contractors, Consolidated Waste Services, and Republic Services. The site referred to as the TBD landfill is privately owned. Unfortunately, in response to this video, Haywood County Solid Waste Facilities, staff, and contractors have received threatening phone calls. We encourage the public to seek accurate information before responding to a situation. Please. It is never acceptable to call and threaten somebody over a situation that they were not involved in. Just as it wasn't appropriate for these men to attack, threaten, harass, bully the driver in this video, it's not appropriate or acceptable for y'all to call up and harass city employees. When something like this happens, the most appropriate people to call are actually the police in the area that it happened in. Whether they did their jobs initially.
Some research on Wright Brothers Construction, TBD landfill, 2 banks development. This location, the landfill itself, is privately owned. Privately owned by who? We're talking about the 2 stakeholders. It's 2 Banks Development LLC. These stakeholders are 2 Banks Development and Spurtis Worldwide, who the president and CEO happens to be Eric J. Spurtis. Okay, why hasn't this man spoken up about anything that's going on his property involving his son? Why are you guys walking around with pistols on a dump site? Okay, on a mulch site, walking around with pistols, telling drivers to get back in their vehicles, not because of OSHA occupational safety hazards, okay? Not because of OSHA, not because you need a hard hat, not because you need some steel-toe boots, not because you need a work vest, but because if you don't get back in that vehicle, something bad is going to happen to you, and the sheriff is on site, right? What? Oh my goodness. Y'all walking around with pistols. First of all, y'all got dogs running around there with bulldozers. OSHA. 2 Banks Development, TBD landfill needs to be investigated ASAP. You guys are in charge of investigating workplace safety and hazards. Well, guess what, OSHA? Guess what OSHA also does? They develop and enforce workplace safety and health standards for various industries, including construction, agricultural, and general industry, the mulching industry. And they also enforce it and inspect, and they issue violations and impose penalties. The number for OSHA is 800-321-6742. TBD Landfill, 2 Banks Development, owned and operated by Eric J. Spurtis. You guys need to be investigated. Y'all taking bulldozers and flipping over trucks because of lost phones, because y'all got so much hatred in y'all for black people that y'all are, first of all, that is attempted unalivement. If that man was in that truck, because he has video evidence of y'all telling him, the sheriff telling him to get back in that truck, roll your window up, and then 2 bulldozers flip his truck over, that is attempted unalivement of a truck driver, okay? If he's in that truck, oh, please tell me you was in that truck. Please tell me you was in that truck. We got a case, baby. That's why you got the yes, sir.
When I very first seen the video of that black truck driver in North Carolina today, I was outraged and also sickened. Those men were using modern day intimidation tactics with a Jim Crow ass energy. And to the people in the comments that were saying, why is he constantly saying yes, sir to them? Why is he saying yes, sir? I'm happy that he was saying yes, sir to them. Because guess what? He was not the one that was being aggressive. And what is the very first thing that people love to say about black people when we are upset? Why are you being so aggressive? They were the ones that were being very hostile and antagonistic. So when it's time to present this case in a court of law, guess what? This video is going to clearly confirm what the defendant is going to be saying. And then they said that 2 of the men used bulldozers to flip one of the trucks over. All of this while the man was trying to leave. What they did to that man was targeted violence. And we all know the only reason why they were acting so tough is because they knew that this gentleman was outnumbered. That's the only reason why they were acting tough. Get in your truck before something happens. That's a threat right there. But what I'm not getting is, why are they so upset at these men because they arrived early?
You saw my video I made about what happened to the truck driver at TBD dump site in Clyde, North Carolina. Here's a little update. I did see that the Black Panthers started marching for this situation. Man, it's about time, because they flipped this man's truck over with the bulldozer, y'all. Like, everything got on video. The guy slammed the door on the truck driver's dog. I mean, it's just crazy. And apparently, Wright Brothers Construction, they have already made their little statement about whatever happened out there. But this right here, we're about to see a lot more of this going on, because the racism is still very, very, very much alive. And it's sad. This man was literally just trying to do his job. He got out there early. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a video on my page. You can go look it up. It's about the truck driver at TBD dump site in Clyde, North Carolina, y'all. The original content got taken down by the user. I think he was getting a lot of threats behind it, but we will not stop talking about it.
What happens when a CEO outsources intimidation? Watch this. Eric Spurtis. You keep saying the driver violated site policies to justify some actions. That's a cool story, bro. Now show us the policies. Where are they? On the sign at the gate? Pinned to your website? Are they handed to every hauler? Or are they radioed on check-in? If a first-timer can't see them in plain English before a single wheel touches your dirt, they're not policies, man. They're tripwires. And at Clyde, what you branded site enforcement looked a lot like a swarm. A part-time deputy in the mix, bulldozers boxing a truck, chaos instead of safety. Your own contractor put his guy on leave. And the sheriff's incident report lists simple assault, injury to personal property, and assault by pointing a gun. That's not order, Eric. That's heat with no light. So spare us the corporate incense. Court records show you already caught a $350,000 judgment in Wisconsin tied to your companies. So accountability isn't a stranger, it's a house guest. In Kenton, you tussled in Delaware over an as-is deal, then closed on the mill and now run the show. And that means the hard parts are yours too. Worker conduct, environmental controls, and the FEMA debris flow that you're cashing tickets on. So post the rules at the gate. Publish the incident log. Release the independent investigators report. And end the freaking cowboy culture. If your standards are real, prove it where it counts. On a signboard, in a handbook, and in the behavior of every person wearing your badge on your dirt. Until then, policy is just a prop.
To all the black truck drivers out there, let me say this. Y'all not be going to North Carolina. There should be no more loads in North Carolina. Let they list. Don't take no more loads there. All sundown towns, no load to them, man. Get y'all paperwork out. Look at y'all maps. Let's show they ass. You gonna need these truckers to eat. Let your kind do it. Since y'all got something against the blacks or something always happening with them, shit been going on with them, let your kind do it. Since they want to play the game, let's play the game. Y'all play the game. I ain't a trucker. But I want to give y'all some advice or something. This is what I'm thinking. Y'all make stuff keep going in rotation. They need truckers, right? None of this shouldn't be happening, period. No color. It doesn't even matter the color. It shouldn't happen. But it seemed like it's happening just to one color. Or even if you is white.
I always tell my fellow truckers, whenever you get out on that road, make sure you go out there and you protect yourself. Even though these companies are saying, oh no, you should not have a weapon on you or you should not be doing that, make sure you go out there and protect yourself. These dispatchers, they be sending you anywhere and they don't give a fuck where you're heading. If you don't know what happened in Clyde, North Carolina, there was this black truck driver that was taking a load to the Wright Brothers Construction site, and he got there before everybody else, and he was just waiting to drop his load off, and supposedly somebody said that he was missing the phone, and who did they go blame? The truck driver. Both parties were going back and forth. They're telling him get in the vehicle, he got in the vehicle. They're doing all this extra stuff. Allegedly, it was said the workers, they got in their little tractor and they pushed and flipped his truck over. I didn't see that, so I'ma still say allegedly. But with an altercation like that, I'm not gonna hold you. I would have stayed out of that because one, I'm in enemy territory. This is not my folks. They're already tripping on some nut shit. And two, this is just a job. I'm just trying what you guys got going on and the whole phone situation. And listen, the craziest part about it is he ended up finding his phone. It actually fell out of his pocket mysteriously close to the truck, and they still blamed him. They said they called the cops and all that other shit. Fellow truckers, make sure you guys stay safe on that road. That company is called Wright Brothers Construction, so you already know what has to be done.